So now I want to talk about SMART goals. So not all goals are created equal. Believe it or not, there's a science to writing and creating your goals. Knowing how to create goals is one of the major differences between why some people are so effective in reaching their goals and why some are not. In fact, the SMART goal principle has been popular for quite some time, first appearing in 1981, presented by George Doran in a business journal. However, the principles behind SMART goals can be found in books that are over a century old. And you got to keep in mind that success leaves clues. And these goal-setting principles have been proven successful time and time again. So as you go through this section, take a look at your goals and make sure that they follow SMART goal principles. If they do not, then make the necessary changes to make them SMART goals. So SMART goals are specific, measurable, achievable, realistically, and time-framed. So let's start going through and dissecting some of these. The first one is specific. It is critical that your goals are as specific as possible. See, many people set goals that are vague in nature and not precise. The problem with this is that it makes it hard to determine how to get to them and how to judge when we actually achieve them. For example, a statement like, I will be wealthy or I will lose weight is too vague. So ask yourself, how would you know with certainty if and when you've reached your goal? In other words, you may reach your goal and still not know that you're there. Or that you may find that you do not have the motivation because you really don't know what you're striving for. Therefore, it would be in your best interest to have the goal say something specific like, I will lose 5 pounds in the next month, or I will be making $10,000 a month in a year. These are very, very specific. So at the end of the month or year, it will be simple for you to take a look at your weight, look how much you're making, and compare to your goals. Again, it comes down to being very, very specific. And the next one is measurable. So as demonstrated in the above example that I shared with you, goals also need to be measurable. For example, if someone's going to school, they may say, I want to be more committed and involved in school. But that may not be measurable. How would you be able to tell the goal has been reached? What is the criteria? This person can instead say a clear objective, such as I will attend every class this month and study for an hour every day. Another goal might be I will sign up for a student club or organization this week. See, these goals are simple and concrete. So having goals that are measurable makes it easy for you to track your progress and know if you're actually achieving them. The next one is achievable. See, to build confidence, your goal needs to be reasonable and achievable. In other words, you don't want to set yourself up for failure, as it will not help you achieve your goals or stay motivated. For example, if a person is trying to write a book, they may tell themselves, I will start and finish the book in 2 weeks. However, let's say that the person has other responsibilities such as a job, family, or just life in general. Is it reasonable for them to be able to write the whole book in 2 weeks? Probably not. So, especially if they never considered all the steps it really takes to write a book. So instead of the person can take a look at their schedule, take all the steps required into account and say, I will write the outline for the book this week and dedicate 2 hours per day for the next 2 weeks. Then I will reassess my schedule and see how much more I have to go. Again, it may be that the person finishes the book in 2 weeks because they really inspired and ended up having a lot of long nights and more time than they initially anticipated. However, it's better to go above and beyond your goal than to make a goal that is not achievable, that then is going to demotivate you. It's going to make you stop striving to actually achieve it. The next part is realistic. So another aspect of goals is that it needs to be realistic. With that said, we are big believers in thinking big and stretching your reality. However, you do need to understand your capabilities and current abilities when you're making goals. For example, we work with a senior in high school whose goal is to become a professional basketball player, and he had no other life goals. However, he was not currently playing on a team and had, in fact, never played a competitive sport in his life. He didn't practice very often and was not even the top tier or physical talent or ability because he didn't dedicate time to it. Now, we've also met individuals with their heart set on a professional sport that practiced at 4 a.m. every day, live, ate, breathe that sport, and honed their talents for years. See, these other individuals were within reality to reach maybe becoming a professional player. However, this other young man was being unrealistic. He was looking only at the fact that he liked basketball and not at what it truly takes to actually make it happen or make it big in that field. So we work with him to examine other ways that he could be a part of the professional league that fits ability and preparation and uses knowledge and a passion for the game. So again, it's important to be honest and evaluate yourself. Do you have the ability? Are you committed to making your goal reality? Are you doing what it takes? Or can you adjust your goal to make it more realistic? Again, the point here is to build confidence and not set goals up for failure. But by all means, if you want to dream big, go big and do it. But at the end of the day, you have to be able to actually follow through and understanding that is critical to your success. So follow the things and make sure that you're creating realistic goals. The next one's time frame. So one of the most important aspects of the goal is having a specific time frame. So having the set amount of time to achieving the goal is critical to your success, because if you just leave it up to the air, most likely you will not fulfill it. So set a specific time frame. Follow this framework if you truly want to achieve your goal.